Hey you guys, how's it going? Welcome to a really quick tutorial on a multi-item sorting system. So this is what it is in front of me now. It is infinitely expandable and modular and really good. As you can see, you can do stuff like this. If you really want to, you can just make a hopper line to wherever the next module is, and it'll work as long as you have this initial station here and you have each module just like this. So it's really robust design, and I'm really quite proud of it. So first, how a multi-item sorting system works. If you're not interested in this, you can skip to the timestamp on screen now. Anyway, you can basically see that you need to have one item in each slot of every chest. So this can be multiple items, hence the multi-item sorting system. So say if I want to have, this last row be dedicated to stone, I can do that as well. And I guess we can just see that working just like this. So if I chuck all of these items in here, you'll see the redstone will start flashing right over here, and the items will start making their way in. So we've got, the first should be the orange concrete, yep, there it goes, and then the pink concrete should start making its way in. Yep, there it is, and then obviously the stone will start making its way in afterwards. So while we wait for this, I think I kind of want to explain, basically what this circuit does is creates a little bit of delay from, a bit of a timer on how long it takes for the items to come out of the chest, because it's not the fastest system in the world, unfortunately, but it does work. And you can see there's some stone in there, but if we want items to not be sorted through, obviously we can just send these, which are redstone repeaters. They can go through the system and it'll test in each module just like this. You can see the redstone will start blinking just like that, and when it realizes it can't make its way into any of the chests, it will just make its way down into this chest right here. Right, before I go ahead and do a tutorial on this thing, I wanted to, pay homage to the original creator of the original design for this thing. This design right here was by Blocky Bryson, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and he basically came up with this design. So this design is good, but it isn't quite infinitely expandable. You kind of have to, the base station has to change with each one you add, and it's not the best. So I came up with my design, but of course, if you want to check out his design to see if it'll fit your situation better, I would highly recommend checking that out. Link will be in the iCards. But, yeah, so this is his design he made right here, and I decided to expand on it by, adding a comparator, and it's 2 blocks extra, so it's not quite as compact. There's a hopper here instead of a dropper, so a little bit more expensive as well, I guess you could say. But this design, I think, is a little bit better, in my opinion. So, and yeah, this will be better for what I am going to use it for in general anyway. So now, I guess I'm going to go over to the tutorial. Okay, so for this tutorial, I'm going to start off with the base station right here. This can be facing in any direction if you're curious, and yeah, so now what you want to do is place a hopper below it just like that, and that'll obviously take the items out from the input chest. Now what you want to do is take a comparator output above where that hopper is. Make sure if the hopper is on the left, just like so, if it is there, then you want to mirror this design by, putting a comparator facing out this direction and making it go out to that direction. But of course, what I'm building it is I'm building it on the right side, so I'm going to be making the redstone go out from this side right here. So what you want to do is place a comparator right there, and then take a repeater output there, set it to 4 ticks, just like so. Then what you want to do is create a little bit of a clock just like that, place 2 redstone dust in there, and place in another repeater set to 4 ticks. So this will essentially, if we just lock this hopper right here, just like so, so items don't go through, we can see if we chuck an item in there, it'll create a very slow redstone clock if an item is in there. So that's basically what that section does. So now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and place a dropper right there and a hopper that will create a monostable circuit, and we want to chuck some item in there. It can be any item. I'm just going to chuck the dropper in there, but it can be any item, stackable or non-stackable, it doesn't really matter. So now what you want to do is take a comparator output from that hopper right there and then make it go into a block, and then have a torch just like that. You can put a block under there if you want, but you don't have to. Okay, so technically this will work, but the only problem with this is if we put a chest right there, you can see that if we put, let's say, 3 items in there, it will go through the system, you know, it'll work great, will go through, but the only problem is that only 2 items will be out here because 1 item gets left in there. So you can cut it off here if you want to lose a couple items every now and then, but I wouldn't recommend that, really wouldn't recommend that. So I would recommend just adding this extra little circuit on there. So place a torch on the outside of that block right there, then place redstone dust going out of there, place 3 blocks in a bit of an L formation just like that, a repeater set to 4 ticks, another repeater set to 4 ticks, and a block just like that, and that will essentially mean that you don't get an item stuck in there, because after it's done, it'll pulse 1 more time, which basically allows another item to go through. So this is how you build the base station. Now basically what you want to do is go to where you want to have your first chest. So let's say we want the chest to be here. Basically then what we want to do is place a dropper diagonally just like that, and then we want to place 3 hoppers. So we want to have a block there, 1 hopper facing into that block, 1 facing into the chest, and 1 facing into that hopper just like that. Then basically what we want to do is take this hopper right here and make it go into this side of the dropper just like that, so it creates a bit of a flat face just like so, and that's basically so that we can take a comparator output from there and then make that go into a block, place 2 redstone dust on there, and then place blocks just like there. Then we want to create a bit of an L formation just like so, place 2 repeaters, 1 set to 3 ticks and 1 set to 4 ticks, and that is the entire module done. And so there you go, that is the entire tutorial for you there. I really hope that you found this tutorial useful, and I really hope that you end up using this design. Before you ask in the comments, because I know somebody always ends up asking, I'm not sure if this works in Bedrock Edition, but it probably won't, because a lot of the redstone in Bedrock Edition is different. But yeah, I would recommend building this in a creative mode world before building it in survival mode, just to test that it actually works, because there's nothing worse than building something in survival mode and then going, it doesn't work. So yeah, but anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and found it useful. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, whatever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.